All right, welcome to the Insiders Podcast. I'm Jeremiah Secrest.
I'm Terry Karges.
We are here to have real talk on real estate. Terry, you've been in the business a long time. I've been in the business a long time, but there is a new phenomenon that's happening in our industry, and it's happening across all industries, and that's that little thing called AI.
That's
It's
right.
impacting everything that we do. And I have a feeling, and I think maybe you have a feeling too, that a lot of agents aren't paying a close enough attention to it and how it can impact the future of our business. So today, I really want to dive into that conversation with you. How do you think AI is changing our business? How do you think agents are using it? Or what do you think they should be doing? You and I were just talking backstage about this and all the things that are happening. You just mentioned some things about Google. Tell me a little bit more what you were talking about with the agents in your office recently.
Yeah, so I think first off is the explosion of stuff that's going on in the AI world, whether it's Google or all the different companies that are jumping in. And the first thing was the importance of plugging into that and signing up for some of these services and testing them out at the bare minimum to get familiar with it. I think the incredible part of the conversation was, the other things that circles around this is there's a lot of fear around it with AI. And so trying to have conversations to talk about how AI truly can help enhance an agent's ability for prospecting, for customer service, general efficiencies, just their entire business. But the first step is they got to jump in. We had a really robust conversation about that
Well,
yesterday.
you said something that's interesting because I get this question a lot, but the fear aspect of it and the fear of getting replaced.
That's right.
So that's probably a big question, maybe on a lot of people's mind. Do you think real estate agents will be replaced by AI?
It's a wonderful question. And I agree. It's kind of at the very tip of the iceberg for most people. There's a lot of fear around that, which allows people to kind of just freeze, right, and not take action. I think absolutely not. I think the transactional process can get more efficient. But I heard a great analogy about AI, and the two different kind of paradigms in which you could look at it. One is the fear model that it's going to erase all these jobs. The other is that traditionally technology has always, for the most part, increased productivity, enhanced and added more jobs. Going way back to when the cotton gin was invented or whatever great inventions have come around. Typically, there's this fear in the beginning about how it's going to erase things, but it just makes them more efficient. Heard a great one that kind of can relate to real estate about marketing. And we're seeing a lot of advancements in marketing using AI right now. That program that we have, Maxa, right, has got a lot of things to it. But the idea was when we're marketing, and a lot of what we do as real estate agents is market properties and things like that. But now you have the ability to market things and reach people in different languages much quicker because AI can take care of so much of that you actually can reach more people again versus the idea of being eliminated because the role is not there. So if you're leveraging it, you're looking into it, you can do way more, go farther, and connect with more people faster.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Personally, I don't think AI is going to replace us. I think there's a need for the human element still. Now, like you said, efficiencies, leveraging it to be better at what you do, be better at your craft. It's almost like a built-in assistant. I know for probably the last 7 or 8 years, virtual assistants or VAs have been extremely popular. I think you can use AI as your VA. I mean,
For sure.
and just use ChatGPT or whichever Grok or ChatGPT, whatever you're using. I kind of go back and forth between those two. I use AI every day. All of us are really using AI every day. It's built into our phones, right? We have Alexa, we have Siri, we have all of the things that checking to make sure Siri didn't turn
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
phone when I say that, and it did. It's going in the background. But so we are kind of using it every day, whether we like it or not. It's part of our lives, and I just think the tools that are out there agents need to embrace some of them. I like to peel it back a little bit though and just be like, here's things that you could be doing right now to increase the efficiencies of your business. And I know that you guys have been having office meetings about that and discussions about that as well. But just the simple things, going back to, like you said, the marketing side, right? It can be your marketing assistant. It can help draft marketing ideas, concepts. You still need to have critical thinking and be involved in that. But it's like you said, the efficiencies, getting involved, the marketing assistant, the presentation assistant. There was a great one that came out of our managers meeting on Friday, right? If we're having real talk, kind of behind the scenes talk on this, but um, one of our managers introduced a great new presentation tool to us. I don't know how new it is, but it was new to us as a group anyway. What was that? That was
Gamma, and it's .app because there's I think Gamma.ai. But yeah, the idea of creating a presentation literally with just a couple sentences added,
yeah,
right? Incredible. And again, going towards sales for a listing agent who may not have a really good listing presentation right now, you could create something like that on the fly. Obviously, you can work on it, you can enhance it, make it better over time, but it was phenomenal. And the quality of the presentation was way more than I think what we expected.
yeah. No, it was awesome. I've actually played around with it the last couple of days. I went into ChatGPT. I uploaded all my testimonials from past client experiences and stuff like that. I uploaded my website, my Google business profile page. I had ChatGPT analyze all of that. And I said, hey, I need a listing presentation. I actually did a buyer consultation, I believe is what I did. I need a buyer consultation for first time home buyers looking to buy a home in Huntington Beach, and give me the pros and cons of renting versus owning.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
gave me this beautiful presentation. Now, there's a lot of edits that needed to be done with
right,
that, and
right.
but the amount of time that took me to do it with AI versus, last year and
Right.
me going through and analyzing all these things, I took hours worth of work and did it in minutes.
Yep. And that's the thing. You can take massive amounts of data. You can download information off the MLS that won't be public information and create really great stuff, whether it's prospecting, whether you're looking at expireds or different lots of different ways that you can look at different things, market data, all of that it'll do in a flash, right? And it's truly incredible how that's the hard part, I think, as we talked about. The prompt is kind of key in the critical thinking, to your point. You've really got to be thinking um, deep in multiple steps for the prompt. You had a great one, Jeremiah, about the 1031. And I actually tested that out. You want to share that? I tested it out and it was incredible. It literally listed out all the states and all that, but you want to share the idea?
Well, just going in and doing a 1031, in California where we're based, a lot of people move out of state or they have investment property here that they want to transfer. Because, let's be honest, California is not an extremely tenant friendly state to be in. Great place to own property, obviously, but a lot of people are taking that investment property in California and exchanging it into other states, but they don't know where to go. I mean, you can go in and ask ChatGPT to give you an analysis of rental incomes and what are some of the other
Landlord friendly.
landlord friendly states, and just ask them about that. Hey, pick the top 8 landlord friendly states in the US and give me a breakdown of rental income, occupancy rates in the metropolitan cities in those areas. And
Show the highest ROI and
yeah,
yeah.
chat will give you all that stuff, and then you can take that information, then ask ChatGPT to give you an outline of that information. You take that outline, you go over to gamma.app, and you put it into their prompt, and it puts
You've got a
together a beautiful
presentation.
presentation for
Yeah,
you.
you got a whole marketing piece ready to go. You
Yeah.
could use that on social media as a backdrop as you're talking through it. So many different ways to connect with people. It's really like we're just, and again, the acceleration at which we're hearing from Google, from all of the different companies about how fast things are increasing with the new announcement of VO3, their new movie maker. It's truly incredible. I think part of the problem will be, and again, why I think our job, our industry will be safe. Obviously everybody's got to be working hard. They got to stay on top of it. They got to know their market. But as I sort through more and more of this stuff, I find running into AI generated information, not personal people giving you, like we're doing here, the conversation, or someone that you can reach out to. It's just somebody fed a prompt in and created a video. And I'm sure, if anybody watching this has run into that, you're looking for, a review on something or information on whatever it might be, a new car or whatever, and you come across these auto-generated videos that are a waste of your time. So that's going to be the key. The agents getting themselves out there as the expert and connecting with people that can know them, like them, and trust them.
Yeah, that technology is getting better though. There's another great video technology out there. I know VO3, Google, that's huge. I've looked at that. It looks like some things are happening, like some amazing things that are going to be done with that. Kind of crazy. But in video is another one that's really good. I actually have some agents that are running reels, because like real estate reels that they've created in video, and doing some ads within video ads. That it's kind of cool prompts, just walking you through kind of the coastal real estate or whatever it is that you're focusing on, and creating those 10, 15-second reels that are really great. And not a lot of production effort or production knowledge needed. You don't need to be you know, uh, you don't need to have a studio, and you don't need to have all this stuff and thousands of dollars of equipment to film, and you can just do it as an amateur. Certainly, that's the great thing about, I think, the technology that's giving real estate agents access to things that maybe they had to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for previously,
Yeah,
and now we can just elevate our game,
that's
right?
right.
Because the cost or access to this stuff has become so much greater. We now have that ability to make our business more efficient and at a higher quality. So I'm really stoked on it. I like the idea of using AI and helping make our business more efficient. I am going to say one other thing too, kind of all the agents out there listening to this, something that I did this week with our agents here in Huntington Beach, is that I always talked about, hey, make sure you Google yourself. You're a real estate agent. Make sure you're Googling your name, right? To see what's coming up, where are the testimonies, where are the reviews at. But guess what? Not a lot of people are going to Google anymore. Look at this technology, lights. Uh, Not a lot of people are going to Google anymore to search for things. They're just going straight to ChatGPT, right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So as an agent, how do you show up on ChatGPT?
That's right.
So I ran a sample and said, I asked Chat and just said, I'm a first time home buyer in Huntington Beach looking to buy a home. Who should I use as an agent? And it kicked out a few names that actually surprised me. I know a lot of the agents in our marketplace. Kicked out some names that weren't those top producers, that weren't those typical people that you would think that a Google SEO search might kick back. So I learned a lot through that. I recommend people go out and do that in your area. Ask Chat who they would recommend. I have some insights and stuff on that. Maybe we can get into it at a different time, but on how to increase and enhance your visibility through ChatGPT.
Yep. Oh, sorry, I got my phone going on.
Yeah, see, technology. You probably said, "Hey Siri." Oh, you're not an Apple guy, are you? You're an Android guy. Siri's listening to me again. Terry, nobody's perfect. Sorry for those people out there. He uses an Android. I don't get it. We've tried to convince him to switch over. We just can't.
So sorry about that. It's but back to your point about kind of the idea of Googling yourself, running. I agree. People are going to be going to ChatGPT to find the best agent in Huntington Beach, to sell my $2 million property or whatever it might be, and I know we'll probably get into how to increase that on another video. But if the agents aren't out there right now, if like you said, the basic, you start with the basic. If we do a Google search on you and you're not out there, Chat's not going to be able to pick you up, right? So at the bare minimum. So your website and all those other things that we can talk about. But yeah,
It's a
it's
different
it's
world. It's a
it
different
is,
world.
and it's not going to replace the agent. There's too many important roles that we play throughout the entire transaction. The transaction can be made can be simplified as far as, documents that we've already seen that digitally. Getting the electronic signature has been there for a long time now. Escrow can be made more efficient. There's going to be a lot of efficiencies, which is going to be a really welcome part. But at the end of the day, the real estate advisor to be there to help walk somebody through this incredibly important decision is going to be something that I can't see that ever going away.
Yeah, well, here's what's going to go away. The agent that's not embracing this technology and the efficiencies, they will get replaced by the agents that are, because the agents that do this type of stuff, that embrace this technology, that embrace these systems and processes, they are going to be so much more efficient and be able to do so much with their time, and they're going to deliver the marketing, the reach. Our business in selling homes is all about attracting buyers.
Right.
So they're going to be able to do so much more of that through the use of technology. It's just like you use some examples of old technology, or when things were invented and how it changed things. It's just replacing some of those people that don't want to change. And it's unfortunate that's the way it's going to be. It's what it is, but we just have to adapt. And I think that's why you and I do this. We have these conversations. How do we stay current? How do we, I think we like to pride ourselves, especially here at First Team, about being proactive, trying to look at the future. Where's the market going? How do we need to be better as agents? So we're constantly better serving our clients that we're helping, because that's what it's all about, at least for me.
Yeah,
I think you're the same way too.
absolutely.
Yeah. So the more that we dive into these videos, the more that we dive into these conversations, we'll talk about this. So our opinion, I think the consensus is AI is not replacing us. It's just going to make us better. But if you don't want to embrace it, there is a chance that you could be replaced by other agents that will embrace it.
Yes.
So get into it. There's tons of stuff there. We're going to be talking a lot about that because there's so many great things out there in AI. But
That's
as we go through these videos, and have these conversations, we want to give you a behind the scenes. We're a couple managers, oversee probably between the two of us about 400 people, 400 real estate agents. So our objective here is just to give you a behind the scenes look at what's happening and how we help our agents stay ahead of the rest of the pack. Always remember down below, if you like these videos, encourage us by subscribing and following along with these videos.
Yeah,
Terry,
and please throw your comments in there on your favorite AI tool or what you're leveraging it for too, so everybody watching this can learn more as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining the Insiders. We'll see you on the next episode.